Today, I'm honored to be joined by the defensive end and versatile player for the University of Houston football team, a senior who was declared for the 2023 NFL Draft, number 0, Derek Parish. Derek, I really appreciate the time. I know it's been a really busy time for the draft coming up on Thursday. Just how you've been and what you've been up to recently.
Shoot, just staying on the field, staying in the gym, and just waiting for the time coming. Time's moving by slow, but I mean, it's a good feeling leading up to it.
Yes, I mean, you've been here at UH for the past 5 years. You've been one of the, the leaders of Sac Avenue of this UH defense. So can you just tell me just your growth overall, just throughout these 5 years and just how you were from the first few days to now?
Shoot, it's a lot of valleys and mountains to climb, just attacking every day and just looking for something to get better at and just brick by brick, keeping your head down. And,
right.
Sooner or later you look up, you're going to have the house built. So we're still working, still moving, but it was a great 5 years. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Yeah, for sure, man. You've been really great here at Houston, and just want to know, how'd you just get into football? Do you have any siblings or like your mom and dad?
So yeah, I got a twin.
Okay.
And we both played football growing up. I think we both started when we were like 6 years old.
Nice.
And then we played all the way up together to high school. And yeah, really just competing against each other because, like I said, we were twins, so we was always, neck and neck. So we was always pushing for that extra inch, and I think it instilled some good traits in us.
Yeah, for sure. And you're from the Houston area, from Pearland, so you went to Pearland High School. Were you a Houston Texans fan growing up?
I was.
Yeah.
Like, I got a little picture of me in a Texans Letterman jacket and a hat.
Awesome.
So I've been a Texans fan since I was able to know what football was.
Man, that's awesome. Did you have any idols or players you looked up to growing up?
Troy Polamalu.
Nice.
Yeah, I wore 43 in Little League because of him.
Hell yeah.
So he changed the way the game was played, and he was definitely my biggest idol growing up.
Yeah, I thought you might say J.J. Watt or something like that. Did you ever watch him?
Yeah, I was definitely a J.J. Watt fan, Brian Cushing fan, that era of the Texans. But in terms of just like tenacity and just aggressive, just Troy for sure.
And I love to see local products, of course, coming here to the University of Houston. So what just looking back, what inspired you to join the University of Houston, and just looking back, how's it been?
Shoot, I didn't really think about it until I was really getting recruited because they were my first offer. And it's funny, my freshman year of high school, my mom was like, would you ever play for Houston? Yeah. I said, no, like I want to get out of the state, like get away. But, they came with an opportunity my sophomore year, and I committed, and I didn't look back. So it worked out the way it was supposed to.
Definitely. I would definitely say so. Were there any experiences, I guess, in your childhood that just, I think, really shaped you into the person that you are?
My dad was a military vet, so he instilled like discipline and work ethic and, blue collar mindset in us early. So I think those traits definitely stuck with it in my heart, and my brother as well.
Awesome, man. That's really, really cool. Did you ever play different positions in high school? I'm asking that because, you're kind of like a two-way player right now. So did you ever do that in high school?
I did, really, all the way since Little League. Like I played running back in Little League, defensive end, well, really fullback and defensive end in Little League. I went up to, I think I played outside linebacker, and then my freshman year I played a little bit of receiver. Then I moved back to defense, played safety, and then linebacker, and then defensive end. So really,
wow.
I played a little bit, mainly on the defensive side, but really pretty much everywhere in the box. Even in college, I've played in the 3-tech and, outside backer, middle backer. So it's a cool experience to understand every perspective of all 11 guys working together.
Right, and I know you're doing some fullback these days. I think you played in the Mexico Bowl, if I'm correct, with fullback. So just tell me about that transition. I think you haven't really played too much of fullback, but it's been really good to see your transition into that. So how do you say that's been?
Sure. It was being able to play fullback in a game was a blessing. It was a great opportunity.
Right.
And most of the reps that I've gotten in fullback were like in practices or in spring, fall camp, stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But it was always ready at the back pocket. But it was a cool experience, like diving into an offensive playbook, and from a defense, that's another language. So you really got to hone in on that. But it was fun, and I definitely it eagered me and intrigued me to get more of it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely love that. That's how you can gain more attention and just be versatile. I think that's how you can, get on scouts' radars, and I guess that's how you can get yourself a name in the NFL. I think you've done a really great job. Have you done some long snapping as well?
I did. So I've been telling coaches that I do long snapping, which I do. I've been practicing. I need to get the accuracy a little better, but that's just something in my arsenal that I can help a team do.
Yeah, and this past season you were on an All-American pace. You had 5 sacks through 4 games, and unfortunately had the injury. So can you just tell me what you learned from that whole experience? How you think it can just help you become a better player for the future?
I think it definitely sharpened your mindset in a sense of
Yeah.
like, going through the valleys of the tough times and sticking
Right.
it out and just keep pursuing that dream that God put in your heart. So really, you come like with a better sense of self after something like that, because that's a gut punch. But it's all part of the process and the plan.
Yeah, you're always going to be facing adversities, at some point, but I just love the way that you've been able to bounce back. You're the captain of the football team this past season. Can you tell me, like, from a leadership standpoint, how were you able to develop?
Sure. I mean, just getting named captain is a big honor, being voted by your teammates, but keeping energy every day, being the same guy and setting the same standard every day, regardless of how you're feeling mentally, physically. Like, there's a job to do. We got to see it through, and that was
Right.
just the motive I wanted to bring to the table.
Yeah, for sure. I think, it's a really great position, to be a captain. I think it's quite an honor. Um, you know, I just want to hear from you. Like, what do you think you feel your strengths are? Something that NFL teams would really appreciate you for having. Like, who are they getting in a Derek Parish?
I feel like they're getting a technician and a motor, someone a V8 motor. I feel like I have one of the best motors in the class this year, and just I think a lot of guys don't have that relentless tenacity to them like I
Right.
do. So I feel like that's where my biggest strength is. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, for sure. I love that mentality, man. I mean, you just don't stop, and I love the energy. Um, just what are some things that I know you've been working out the facility, correct? Yeah. So what are some things that I guess you've been working on recently? Just keep getting better.
Sure, just staying sharp on the tools, hitting the bags,
Right.
field position drills, conditioning, lifting, staying strong and durable. So really, just the same. I guess like method,
Yeah.
same weeks, lift and run, hit the field. So really same schedule up until
Right.
whatever happens.
Yeah. Awesome. And how would you just, looking back at your time at UA, just I guess your favorite memory, just looking back.
I know we've had a couple fun games.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say every win with the boys, like the SMU win that we had,
Right.
the last minute kickoff
Yeah.
return, that was something I'll never forget.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, there have been a lot of amazing wins for this team. Your pro day was a couple weeks back. Just how did that go for you, and just some major takeaways that you had from it?
I think it couldn't have gone better. That was something I just had my head down and was working for because
For
I
sure.
needed to put on a good showcase.
Yeah.
But I think it all worked out in God's plan, and just being prepared, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I can kind of feel good about it because the work, you control what you can control. You did your part and let God do the rest. So that's just my mindset on it.
Yeah, you were quite impressive in that pro day, and you know, people are going to keep saying stuff about, they say a lot of things about draft prospects, but just some of the stuff, just reading about you, some of the things that people have is saying that you're a bit undersized. So how would you? And I feel like size is a bit overrated in the NFL. I feel like there've been a lot of great players who are not like really huge guys. I think they were saying stuff about Kenny Pickett's hands too small last year, and he's been looking great. So I mean, how do you, I guess, overcome that? What other aspects about your game, I guess, do you do even better?
All it does is give me a chip because I know I'm undersized, but it don't matter because you got guys like James Harrison, guys who were considered undersized, who were dominant in the next level, and I think I just won't let any opinion limit my ceiling for this game because there's always something you can get better at, regardless of shape, size, build. Like if you're a ball player, I think you're a ball player, regardless of how you look.
Yeah, definitely agree, man. I definitely agree with that. You were amazing in your pro day. You have major strength in the gym. I think you're extremely fit. You've been able to, lift and just do a lot of incredible things in the gym. So can you tell me how you've been able to just be so fit? What's your diet, I guess, or something like that?
Sure. I mean, it's kind of simple because I'm getting better with my veggies. But I say just stay away from fried foods and fast foods. That's kind of just as long as I can do that and eat clean, watch, your macros, your protein, and just hit the gym insane. And, it all kind of maps out hand to hand. So I just it's really consistency on it because I know the diet part is hard because I eat like a big kid. So I grub. So sometimes it's hard with the discipline on that, but we get through.
Awesome, man. I think, you really showed your quickness as well in the pro day. You had a 4.56 40, if I'm correct. So, I mean, I think you really have a lot of other talents, really accomplished, a lot of other things. So how do you say, I guess, you've been able to just keep that speed up and how fast you've been able to be.
The way you train.
Hmm.
I think it's all in the way you train and how you move your body.
Yeah.
Getting those fast twitch muscles going, and I
Hmm.
think it's just constant training and
Yeah.
hitting those little muscles that get your
Hmm.
twitch going.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think you did a great job in your pro day. I think a lot of people, you caught my eye as well because of your performances. What's the plan for the draft? On Thursday, Friday. What's the plan?
Shoot, staying home, kicking it with the fam.
Yeah.
I think it's a big moment, and I'm spending with people that's in my corner for sure.
For sure, man. I really hope it's an exciting moment for you. Personally, I really wish you all the best in that. Let's say like, I know you mentioned you're a Houston Texans fan. Let's say if like Nick Caserio gives you the call,
Shoot.
is that like your lifelong dream?
Yeah, yeah, man. Like being a Houston kid, playing high school, college, and pro ball in Houston. That's big time, and that would mean the world. I mean, any team, any opportunity would mean the world.
Right. Yes.
But Houston,
Yeah.
hometown.
Yeah, for sure, man. Always got to be for the H. I love that. Just, I guess, what would you say? I guess how the coaches have helped you here at Houston in terms of getting for you to be a better player.
I'd probably say physically, mentally, and just off the field as well in terms of like understanding the game, the IQ of it, the technique, down to the little details. And I couldn't be more thankful for this staff and how they, grew my development in terms of a ball player and a contender for the next level.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm really glad that they helped you out quite a bit. UH is of course moving into the Big 12, this football team, of course. So, speaking, as I know you're moving on, but just talking about it, just what are your thoughts on the transition and how the team is going to fit into the Big 12?
I think they're going to do right. We've definitely been in some shootouts with some Big 12 teams, and in my opinion, I think the Big 12 kind of overrated. So I think I'd like them to go in there and shut some teams up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm confident in them.
I love that. I love that mindset, man. Derek, really appreciate the time.
No, thank you. This was great.
I had a blast talking with you. I truly wish you all the best in the draft. I'm rooting for you, man. And thank you for all you've done for UH, man.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.